Hi guys, so far I have shown you a couple of movements which are repeated throughout the form, and these movements have their individual uses. So when you're practicing them individually, you have to kind of visualize an enemy in front of you having a particular movement, and those particular movements you have to counter with these moves. So when you practice it like that, first of all it is going to be useful because it is going to be part of you, and it will become as a defense technique, and your body's reflexes towards such attacks will be more and more used towards such attacks. Apart from this, because you are imagining, visualizing, or shadow boxing with another opponent in front of you, your body will move in a very specific way. So that movement is very essential when you are practicing the form, because when you're practicing the whole form, your body movements are is going to determine how your stability, your structure is going to be, how your power generation will be. So if you don't do it in proper way, if you don't visualize an opponent in front of you, then your movements will not be correct. So let us see how each of those movements are used. So the first movement that we did was Lan Que. So in that Lan Que, the movement that is used most commonly, that is difficult to understand, is this. So when a person punches like this, so when you punch, you are basically going with them and then you are going down. So this movement, you can notice when you are practicing the form, you have to go here rather than going here. So this is very common mistake, because when you punch, it is not coming here. Okay, here the movement is going to block your movement. So here you are having a control over him. So you can move him around, you can kick, hit, everything. So this is the first movement that we see, Lu. Okay, Peng is basically a very simple left hand. So here, so this is Peng. After this movement, you can do a lot. So here, all the potential that he is throwing at you, all the energy that he is throwing at you, you are kind of controlling it. You're kind of eliminating it. Then you can do rest of the movement. So Peng is kind of like that. Then you do the Liu, and G, as I said, is an extension of Liu. So when you do G, it is basically you are turning here and then you're pushing him. So this is G. An is basically Bham. So as soon as he is trying to grab the, correct, he's going to grapple. So when he's going to grapple and throw you, right before that moment, so as soon as you see him coming in, you see Bham. So here his potential is broken. So this is why it goes your one, and then you can do from here directly, boom, on his face, attack. So this is the an. So that is why it becomes very powerful, because you are going to use the whole force that he is throwing at you, and you are going to convert it into a potential that you will be using against him. So this is a whole wave, like as you can see the sea, when the water is retrieving behind from the shore, it is actually forming a bigger wave. So the more it retrieves behind, the bigger the wave is going to form, and it is going to hit harder. So that is the potential. The potential is always, the more it drops, the higher it goes. So this is the Lan Que. After that, the second movement that we did was the Lou Xiao. So Lou Xiao is when he punches, boom. So here, first of all, he's going to punch in your face, right? Or he's going to punch on the chest. So these two movements are the punches. So once he does this, you first eliminate. So this becomes a Peng actually. So this is a potential that is used. So here you eliminate this. So when you slide it, it is hard. Hard. So good. So here it is hard. So once that potential is eliminated, you take it out and then you slide it down, and then you use your hand. Again, this is on. So you hit him in the chest, you hit him in the face, you hit him in the abs, wherever. So when you hit, you can push it back. Same movement you can also do with the kick. So when he's coming, right kick. So when your kick is coming, right kick, you can do this. So that block is actually not like a karate block, but it is just a defensive movement. But the movement is very important. Yeah. So like, so when I enter in here, you see his potential is here. So if I was here, then I will get very strong hit. I might break even the bone. But as soon as I enter here, the force is gone. So from here, he is also off balance. So from here, I can just go hit. So these are the movements that you use So when you're doing this movement, you have to imagine. One time you do practice, you imagine a punch and you hit. Second time you imagine a kick and you hit. Same thing for the left hand. So this is how the movements are to be practiced. Imagine, visualize your opponent attacking you all the time. Okay. After this, the next movement that we did was Lan Chui. So Lan Chui again, as I mentioned, is a very powerful punching technique. So when he punches in your face, right? So first you intercept. Interception again is a peng. So you see, first he come home. So here you are actually eliminating his force. So when you are doing this, first of all he is vulnerable here, so you can directly hit. But Lan Chui movement is basically you are getting it over, opening up. So when he opens up here, you're kind of controlling this hand, right? So if he tries to punch with the left hand, you already know where he's going to go because you are holding to him. You are sensitive to his movement. If you let this go, then he can punch you with a much harder force. So you are controlling one down, and then you are hitting. You are hitting here. So the spot you are hitting is actually where the gallbladder is. So when in a tai chi punch, it is very soft. It is not where your muscles are thick, where your the opponent is having a very strong defense. That is not the place you ever hit, because that is completely useless. Because the stronger he trains, the harder it will be. So no matter how much he trains his abs or anything, his area that will be always weak is going to be here, the liver. And as soon as you hit, it will not give him pain, it will make him collapse, because liver and gallbladder are such organs are which are supplying energy to the whole body. So the punch has to be so soft, it cannot be hard. If you hit hard, you will break his ribs, which is not the purpose of it, because breaking rib is pain. So pain is something that people can manage, they can endure. But when you have a very soft punch, you are actually penetrating a vibration inside his body. So when you hit there exactly at the spot, the person will have a collapse of energy and he is going to fall on the ground. And only when your punch can penetrate that, then only you can go. So most of the time when we are practicing any form of martial art, you're doing an attack, you're always having defense all over this body. If you go boxing, they're always protecting this. If you go karate or taekwondo, they are going to be here like this, always protecting this area. You go karate also, same thing. All the martial art, the defense is mainly situated on this area, not even face this. So all your energy is to be concentrated not to hit the face. Hitting in tai chi is for distraction. You hit the face, the person might feel dizzy, but the main purpose, because you remember, martial art is about one time. You have hardly 3-4 seconds to end the fight. It is not going to last like how we see in the movies. It is going to last forever. Martial art is just decided within seconds, and even one hit can end a person's life. So that hit has to be very precious. You cannot play around kicking his face, kicking his legs. No. If the person comes with a knife, you cannot have a second chance. Okay, the knife is going to, I'm going to do this and that. No. You have one chance. So you have to put all your energy into one attack. So that is how a martial art works. So this is another movement. Then next movement that we actually practiced was, so when he does this, so we did Dao Nian Hou. Dao Nian Hou, this movement that we did, we had talked about two possibilities. So one is we do a twisting motion and then you hit. So when you do twisting motion, you go back and then you hit. The second was Sai. So Sai and then go. So these are two movements that we already talked about in our previous video. Apart from this, another movement that is very useful, it's kind of having dual opponent fight. So it is like you have one opponent coming from this side, one opponent coming from here. So you are trying to handle two people at the same time. So I will try to demonstrate. So this is the Dan Bian technique. So you do this movement and this movement together. So here you first see an opponent coming in from this side. As soon as he reaches, he's trying to hit you. So he's trying to punch you. So you avoid and then you go under his arm and you hit the chin. So you hit the chin here. So this is the area which is quite strong when it's hit. So when you are hitting the chin. So when the blow goes, it is like basically a relaxed motion going, kind of an uppercut. So you are hitting directly under the chin. So as soon as I do this, he is dealt with, okay, or he is kind of startled for a while. As soon as that happens, another opponent comes from this side, okay. So as soon as I'm done here, another punch comes in, which I notice. So here comes another punch, so I avoid it. So as soon as I avoid it, he steps in, so I avoid it. So I switch from this hand directly into a place behind. So my legs goes behind and I'm doing a swipe. So you see, he's losing balance. So the swipe happens like a push. It was going to hit the ground. So it has to be very swift and quick motion. So as soon as a person you hit here, then a second person comes in, it swipes down. Okay. So Danbian can be used in this particular way. Apart from that, one other movement that we talked about is Yun Shou. Yun Shou is the cloud hands. So cloud hand is very similar to Danbian, same kind of movement. So he hits with the right punch here. Okay, I go like this and then I hit here. So when you hit here, you have two different potential that are acting. One is you are hitting the individual area, the liver. At the same time, you are pushing a force that will throw him away. So you are like, okay, then we continue. So imagine multiple opponents. Same one comes from here, you're doing this. Another comes from here, you're doing this. So this movement you do repeatedly like that. Okay. After this, now we talk about one kick which is most common in the whole form. So the kick is called Deng Tui. Deng Tui is basically you are hitting. It's not a high kick. It's basically approximately below your rib cage. So when you hit all the places that are easily accessible by kicks, because Tai Chi is somewhere, you find convenience. You are not going to hit the face with a kick. If you are not flexible enough, you might be in trouble. If you are not quick enough, you might be in trouble. So there are a lot of things that are required. So imagine you are an 80-year-old who cannot kick to the face. So is this kick going to be useless? No. You are going to hit where it easily reaches. So normally on an average, every person can kick up to waist. So if you ask even a 50-60-year-old to kick without a sciatica patient, without a sciatica problem of course, but he can hit approximately this area. So when he attacks with a left punch, you are opening up. So when you open up, you are going to hit boom here. Or when he comes in front of you, like suppose he is going to come with a hit, like a hit on the face, or maybe he is having like a knife or something in his hand, then he is going to hit you with, or something like that. Hit you with whatever it is. He's coming in front, then you do, or he's trying to grab your neck. This is very interesting. A lot of people have the fear when somebody big comes and grabs your neck like this. You don't know how to get over it. So in those cases, this one is very useful. So if he's trying to grab your neck, you first of all, he will not be able to kill you unless you want to get killed. Very important. So most people, they are like, especially who are small, or they are like, especially women, when they find like, this kind of situation, they are like always panicking, gives you chance of getting choked even faster. So first of all, if he comes with that and he's going to grab your neck, then first thing you do is like you hold. See, very simple movement, you just have to do this. So as soon as you do this, his whole potential is disrupted, he is not reaching your neck, and next thing you do, you hit the vital spot. No matter how much of force you put, all the force, especially if you are against the wall, use all the force of the wall and hit. As soon as you hit, he's going to go back. Then you have chance to run, grab things, hit, everything. But if he grabs you already, if he already grabs you, you are against the wall, you don't know what to do. He's big, but if he's big, that means easy to access his weak parts. So when this happens, you hold it to hand, pretend that you are trying to get away from this, and while you are there, you are like just hitting. This is very easy. As soon as I do this, look at his. good Sarko. I'm asking him to hold it really tight, like as if he is really choking. Choke Sarko. Khara choke. As soon as he finds somebody is attacking his weak spot, his energy will rush to protect that area. No matter what. This is how energy works. This is not physical. So as soon as his body recognizes, oh, somebody is trying to hit my weak spot, no matter if you hit or not, his hands are going to go to protect it. His body is going to move in such a way that this will become weak, and it's just a matter of two fingers to just break it off. So Deng Tui kick is very simple. It's just front small kicks. Okay. Yeah. So that's it for this video. I'm trying to summarize all the movements which are commonly occurring and they are very useful. This potential energies, these movements are very useful in your day-to-day life. Even if you practice them alone, it's going to be very, very powerful. And when you're practicing the form, if you imagine this kind of situations when you're practicing, suppose you're practicing in the form and you have this movement where a Loshi Abu comes, and instead of doing this movement, like not proper, probably there is some error in that. Instead of doing that, try to just imagine somebody is trying to punch you. Your body will move, open up, close, and then you push. So your movement is going to be very stable. Your movement is going to be very proper. Okay. So try to practice it every day. I'm trying to make as many videos as possible. In between, there was some work that was going on. I was off, not in my station, so it took me time to make more videos. So do practice them, like it, share it to everyone you know, especially people who don't have the physical strength to practice any martial art. So this is especially for those people. Do share it to them and do subscribe to our channel, so every day, every time I'm making new videos, you can get them on easily. And also do comment if you are not understanding something, if you want specific instruction on any of the movements I have taught. If you don't understand usage of them, if you don't understand anything, do comment, do let me know, and I will make another video for you to understand them. Thank you and keep watching.